your podcast host, Nate Linde of the Talkin' Block. And we are back another week, another wonderful, fun-filled event podcast episode.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
As I am just now saying since last week, if you're new to the podcast, thank you for coming in. If you're old to the podcast, thank you for coming in.
Welcome.
You know, every time I come up and I decide that I want to record, I really just want the intro to be like Jimmy Fallon's intro, but like I don't want to get copyrighted. I also don't want to get canceled. But like honestly, all glaze, I am a very big Jimmy Fallon fan. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, your host, Jimmy Fallon. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, hey, hey. That's all I really want. I just want the hey, hey, hey. Like that is just a fire entrance. And we're gonna get there one day. But not today. I don't know. It's really ringy to me. I like it. Just a little bit. I think that's about all the introduction you're gonna get. I'm a very I will say this. I am getting so comfortable in being a podcaster for real because when I tell you guys, I went back and I watched almost every last single YouTube episode that I've ever recorded. From me being with my family to the college episodes to me sitting outside to here right now, man, oh man, it is nice to see growth and it is nice to see that we are growing. Okay, I just don't want to see growth. Like it's cool and all to be 4'11" and all of a sudden you spring out. But it's also nice to know when you go to the doctor and you stand up against that thing and they tell you, "Oh, sweetheart, I promised to you was just 4'11" and now you're 6 foot." Be like, "Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. What about it? I'm growing." But no, in all for realness, it is nice to see that we're just continuously seeing growth, and that is because of you guys. So continue to share the podcast, continue to like, continue to subscribe, continue to put in those comments what you want to see. Because this year, oh my gosh, I almost ran out of air. This year, I'm definitely trying to do bigger and better things, especially with the fact that I am, like I said, getting more confident in who I am as a podcaster and what I want to do. And that is because you guys are supporting in every best way that you can. All right, that's all the introduction. On to poem of the day. Poem of the day. It's meant to get your brain juices flowing. It's meant to make you think. It's meant to make you, whenever you're going to school, coming from school, going to work, coming from work, going on a walk, coming from a walk, vacation, long car ride, airplane, boat ride, fishing, whatever the case may be, whatever you are doing. Poetry is art. Words are art. It's meant to make you think about what we are saying in the podcast. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Here in the Talking Block, we like poetry. If you do like it, stay. If you like the podcast but don't like poetry, still stay. Just probably real quick, and then we'll be all right. Today, we are reading from the book Him by Pierre Alex Genty. I do want to say that I'm trying to I want to get into more of like physical book wise, not just always reading it off the iPad. Actually, hang on 2 seconds. I got something for you. This big book right here, if you can get it is The Complete Tales and Poems of Edgar Allan Poe. Edgar Allan Poe is one of my favorite poets of all time. And I plan to read this all of October because why not? So be prepared for that. But, like I was saying, I plan to read for more physical books just to get the feel of it, I guess you could say. At the same time, also incorporating some of my poems in there because why not? But back to poem of the day. I was aiming for my bed and I made it. This is a book about there are words in his heart. It's a book about what a man thinks, how he feels, how he loves. Honestly, I'm going to read about the author first so that you can understand what we're going to read. Pierre Alex Genty is a Haitian American author, entrepreneur, and influencer who uses poetry to explore themes of love, self-discovery, and resilience. His work is known for engaging style that makes complex emotions accessible and helps readers find solace in their own experiences. Genty's Her series, inspired by his personal journey, has achieved international acclaim and is often a bestseller on Amazon. His Her series is about how a woman loves, how a woman feels, and the woman's thoughts. Although he's a male author, he is married, so I'm pretty sure, you know, took from his wife's perspective and was able to write it out. But this one is specifically for men, and I love his work so much, honestly, because most of it, honestly, in this book especially, resonates with me a lot and how I feel. And I think that's one of his main goals, is, as he said, to make sure that the reader themselves is feeling the same way, and solace, meaning, in comfort of. And that really does make me feel in comfort of when I read his book. What poem we're going to read today, I don't exactly know, because I have finished this book. It doesn't have titles, but we're going to kind of flip through, and just whatever page we stop on is what page we read. Okay. On the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Everybody count to 10 with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool. Page 93. And it goes like this. You're a woman's prayer, the miracle she patiently waits for, the priceless reward that she will never give away. Your love for her will be cherished. You cheering on her will be more than proof in her eyes that you are here to build. She will not betray you. She will honor every bit of you. She will not condemn you for things that you aren't blameworthy of. To let bad you've tasted take this truth away from you is to be deceived. I'm going to read that last part again because that had a lot of stutters in it. And I think that's like the most important part to understand this poem. She will not betray you. She will honor every bit of you. She will not condemn you for the things you aren't blameworthy of. To let bad you've tasted take this truth away from you is to be deceived. Again, absolutely work of art. I honestly think that if I wanted to, I could let one of you, pop up in the podcast and tell me what this means. It just starts off simple as you're a woman's prayer. And I direct this towards the men because, again, the title is him. And as we can tell from that poem, this is more directed towards a man. You are a woman's prayer. Or in this case, we can refer to everybody. You are that person's prayer. You are what they're hoping for. You are what they're dreaming of. You are what they want in their life. You are to love them. You are to cherish them. You're cheering them on. So your support, your love, your kindness, your endearment, your admiration, all of that shows that you were here to stay. You were here to build with them. But don't let it get confused. They will not betray you. They will not blame you for something that you are not worthy of. And all of that bad stuff that you have in your mouth, like all those old relationships, all those old stuff that you've went through, don't let that deceive you from what you could get, what you are getting, what you want to have. And that's all he's saying. And I, again, love that. Love that down to the T, because I feel like many of us, when we get out of a relationship that really hurts, when we get into a relationship that feels very safe and it's like, oh my goodness, this is too good to be true. And it's not that it's not too good to be true. It's just like you're not used to it yet. And it ends up turning out really beautiful. And you guys, get married in 5 years, have children of about 4, get a dog, live out in the country, and you have a house, you owned it, you built it. You guys get old and die together, just speaking into existence. We miss that because of the old stuff that we've once went through. And it's like, oh, no one could ever love me. No one could ever such and such. So don't let that bad mouth, experience dishearten and discourage you from what you know that you deserve, what you want, and what is to be yours. And that is poem of the day. On to where I become the enemy in the story, or I become a lover of all. TTB's hot take. I didn't know what I wanted to do this week, so I definitely, one of these topics is because somebody said, I personally talked to somebody and they recently joined the neighborhood, so round of applause for that. But they were like, I can't wait for you to talk about Love Island reunion. And at first I was like, the reunion's a little far removed, as in the reunion's past. But I did realize that Love Island Games is on its way, or is already here. Also, the Love Island Beyond the Villa is still going on. So I was like, why not? So we'll get into that first. I'm gonna time myself for this because we're gonna go 1 minute and 30 seconds, and I'm gonna get all my spiel out. I really didn't care for the reunion that much. So yeah, 1 minute and 30 seconds. Starting now. Okay, 1 minute and 30 seconds. Jeremiah really didn't need to be there. Bella didn't need to be there. Hannah honestly didn't need to be there. Iris and Pepe didn't need to be there. TJ, I like what you said. Very straight to the point. No games, and you stood on business, definitely. JD didn't need to be there. Vanna didn't need to be there. Honestly, Coco didn't really need to be there. If many of you know, I am a lover of Black women, and I loved Coco. I loved Alandria. I loved Shelly. But after watching Coco's podcast episodes and then watching her on the reunion, I was just like, she did not need to be there, and she's a hot mess. Get her off of my screen. Who else was there? Taylor and Clark were just there for the looks. Amaya and Brian, I guess they needed to be there because they were the winners, but they didn't put up really anything for me. Zach K was absolutely funny, man. Sleeping during the interview was funny. Zach C didn't need to be there. I'm trying to think. I've got 20 seconds. Shelly and Ace. Okay. So Shelly and Ace, Shelly, we understood that we didn't see the, Huda licking Ace's parts, but, as for her being clear about Chris, she could have said any clearer. Chris, I don't know why you were there, but it was a little weird. And I just, yeah, that's my take on Love Island reunion. At the end of the day, this season just needs to go ahead and wrap up, and let's get to the next season, which hopefully returns in July. Next on Hot Take. I guess that you could say that was my hot take about the Love Island reunion. Next on the hot take is Summer Walker. Summer Walker. My goodness. If you don't know who Summer Walker is an R&B artist, one of my favorite artists to listen to. And the reason why I'm bringing her up is because she popped up on the VMAs with a white man. Now, before you say anything, I'm not discrediting white men at all, because Alandria is with Nicholas. And I don't think Nicholas is fully white, but he is still white. Why I bring up Summer Walker is because she was just recently with somebody, and to pop out with this man, I don't know if it just looked like an upgrade. Like, he was supporting her. They were kissing on each other. They looked happy. Summer Walker looked happy. And I was just like, okay, Summer, period. Yes. I'm proud of you. Go, girl. But no, for real, it wasn't like a culture shock, but it was like a culture shock, because when you look at Summer Walker and then you look at who she was with, I was just like, would have never expected that. But we like it. And like, as they say, Clark it was a good pick on you. Good for you, Summer. Lastly, on Hot Take with the TTB's Hot Take. I had it in my brain and now I forgot about it. That's what it was. NFL. Oh my goodness. If you were with me last season, you knew that I talked about the NFL season throughout the whole season. Had a little journal, which is actually right here. Right there. Can I get it? Oh, my stool's in the way. That's not one. Got it. In this little journal right here, I had a little bit of going on. One game I was like, Vikings win. Sam Darnold to Jefferson, 97-yard touchdown. Vikings defense was amazing. Jalen Naylor was amazing. Punt block by Purdy. Couldn't stop throwing interceptions. Jordan Mason, yeah. But either way, yeah. I talked about the NFL season last season, but this season I was like, I'm not stressing myself out with that, trying to get all the games in. But this season, let's start off with my team, the Rams. 14-9. That's what I'm talking about, baby. I posted on my TikTok. I was like, absolutely not, though, because why did it take us so long to get the win? We should have came straight out the gate winning. Devontae Adams, get your stuff and hands together. Get those group. I can't. That's how upset he's got me. Get those grip. I'm saying group. Get those grip boosters on, bro. Because what in the world was that whole game? You should not have been locked up like that. Puka Nakua is a straight dog. Getting hit in the helmet, bleeding out, coming back up to get the game sealing catch. That's what I'm talking about. Matthew Stafford, I know your back hurts, but get it together, man. I like some of these passes that you were throwing, just, oh my gosh, get it together. On the other hand, my NFC team won, my AFC team won. And when I say my AFC team won, I don't like actually like the team, I guess you could say. I'm just a bandwagon. I like Josh Allen. I love the Bills. So I'm a bandwagon. I'm not like a full set fledged fan. I'm a full set fledged fan for the Rams, but not for the Bills. My words are not wording right now. Either way, Rams won. Bills won 41-40. At one point in the game, it was 40-25. The Ravens were smacking the Bills left and right. I thought there was no comeback. But my MVP for the AFC came through 41-40 to be able to get them down to the field goal range and for the new kicker to set the game up in success. The Bills are 1-0. What else happened? I have it up. I just got excited because I was talking about the Rams and the Bills. My goodness. That also happened. The Chiefs. Yes. Justin Herbert. Oh my gosh. Like, oh my gosh, Justin Herbert, what were you doing? Where was that? Where was that when we needed it for these last 7 games that you guys went against the Chiefs and they beat you guys? Justin Herbert popped up, showed out over there. One play just left everybody in awe with his like little QB slide. I'm gonna put it like right here. There you go. And you can check it out. His little QB slide, absolutely amazing. Justin Herbert beat the Chiefs 27-21. Patrick Mahomes, I don't know what to tell you. Travis Kelce, be careful. Stop taking out your teammates because Travis Kelce in the beginning of the game took out Xavier Worthy. Xavier Worthy was no longer able to play for the duration of the game. And then they also have another receiver, Rashee Rice, that is out due to him being a reckless driver, suspended for about, I don't know how many games, but a couple games. So, Chiefs, get it together, man. Figure it out. You guys are supposed to be the reigning champs. Y'all supposed to be the best team in the NFL. What's going on? Let me know. Lions and the Packers. I honestly wasn't surprised. Now with the Packers having Micah Parsons, a straight dog on defense, yeah, they're going to be up. Where is it at? My goodness. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I'm excited. I just feel good. The Packers beat the Lions 27-13. Seahawks and 49ers. I really wasn't tuned into that game. I don't care about either of those teams, especially with those teams being on my conference, and I'm not supposed to support them. But I more so support the 49ers than the Seahawks because the Seahawks are actually competition towards the Rams right now. No 49ers hate. I'm sorry. I'm just being honest. But the 49ers beat the Seahawks 17-13. Broncos beat with Bo Nix. Also, Cam Ward starting out for the Titans. Broncos beat the Titans 20-12. Patriots lost to the Raiders 20-13. Joe Burrow finally back. That's what I'm talking about. Bengals beat the Browns 17-16. Commanders, absolutely straight dogs. They are coming up for this year. With Jaden Daniels beat the Giants 21-6. Bucks beat the Falcons 23-20. Cardinals beat also another team in my conference that I don't care about. And although that they won, congratulations to them. But they're also a sneaky team that is going to give the Rams a run for their money. They beat the Saints 20-13. And then the Panthers lost to the Jags 26-10. And then a couple more games, 2 more games. A very good game with the Steelers and the Jets. I watched a couple clips. And both, it's so funny because Justin Fields was on the Steelers and I was on the Jets. Aaron Rodgers was on the Jets, now on the Steelers. But the Jets losing to the Steelers 34-32. That was a good game. And then the upset for week 1, which nobody, I think, would have expected, 33-8. The Dolphins lost with 8 to the Colts. Don't know what to tell you. Tua Tagovailoa threw a couple of interceptions. And you're another one. Get it together. Figure it out. But that it is TTB's hot take, where I become either the enemy or the lover of all. I don't think I should have been the enemy, honestly. Like, I supported a black woman who was dating a white man. That's really what that was, honestly. I'm going to be so for real. My Rams won. If you're not a Rams fan, maybe I became an enemy, but honestly, there's no reason. On the other side, if you're a Bills fan, I'm supporting you. So love me. And then Love Island. Yeah. Unless you don't like reality TV or you really do actually like this season, I should have became a lover to you too. Okay. So there was no reason for me to be an enemy. Cool. And then lastly, but not least, 2 more segments to go. Which one first? You know what's going on in the world, what's going on in the community, what's going on in your neck of woods. News!
Audio Jungle.
This was posted July 16th, 2025, found on the Pew Research Center. I bring it up because it is September, so if you are not already, all middle schoolers and high schoolers, elementary schoolers are in school now. And it has been brought to the attention of the school districts across all of America. Okay. Weirdo. It has been brought to the attention of all school districts across America that phones are becoming an issue in the classroom. America's support for school cell phone bans has ticketed up since last year. Today, 74% of the U.S. adults say that they would support banning middle and high school students from using cell phones during class, up from 68% last fall. So not this fall, but last fall, before July this summer, 68% of people said that they would support, and it is now 74% as of July of this year. Far fewer, 19%, oppose classroom and bans, and 7% are unsure, according to a Pew Research Center survey conducted in June. I don't know how you're unsure. Do you want phones in the classroom or do you not want phones in the classroom? It's as simple as that, yes or no. I mean, I don't have a say in it because I really don't care because I'm out of school, but like for y'all that are voting, it's how are you unsure? Figure it out. Either way, support for all-day bans is also growing. More than 4 in 10 Americans, 44%, back bans on student cell phone use during the entire school day, up to 36% last fall. Still, 46% of Americans oppose all-day bans. Another 10% are, again, unsure. Majorities across all age groups now support banning cell phones used during the class. That was not the case last year, when 45% of the adults under 30 supported a ban. Over the past year, support particularly increased in the age group. Now 57 of the group support a ban. This is still lower than the support among those 50 or older, 83%, and 30 to 49, 71%. Support for all-day bans has grown across age groups since last year, though younger adults are less supportive than older people on this type of restriction too. Here's what I have to say. Taking the phones, cool. That's fine. What the issue becomes is if a student doesn't want to learn, they're not going to learn, no matter what you do. My question to the school district, also to the principal, also to the teacher, also to the student themselves, what are you going to do to stay engaged? What are you going to do to keep them engaged? What are we doing to help them learn? That is the question. The cell phone is not the problem. Honestly, I'm being so for real. The cell phone was not the problem. For me, the cell phone was never the problem. Me being on my phone was never the problem. It was a teacher could not keep me engaged long enough. I'm not I want to sit there and listen to you talk all the time student. And some teachers are like that. Nothing against them. It's just how they teach. But I'm not that type of student. So what do? I pull out my phone. I figure out something else to do. And then when it comes time to actually learn it, I normally go home and I just learn it myself in the best way that I know how. Do I always pass the test? No, not always. And that's on me because maybe I should have been paying attention in class. But at the same time, if the teacher had given me something better to learn from, I would have been paying attention. So again, the question isn't, are phones being a distraction? They possibly are. And yes, most likely they are. But the question becomes, how are you going to keep your students engaged? Thank you. That should have been a TTB hot take, but we made it the news. All right. And that's all I got on the news. For more information, you can go to pewresearch.org. I also normally put it down there. I realized I didn't say, for more information last episode, so I thought I'd say it this time because y'all don't need to find out that I'm over here just looking up random stuff to talk about. No, I'm backing up my research. Thank you. Clock it. Last but not least, on Black News, Kai Cenat is taking the Twitch stream by storm with Mafia-thon 3. If you don't know who Kai Cenat is a streamer. If you don't know what streaming is, the best way that I can put it for you is basically it's like what I do, but it's live. Kai Cenat does a whole bunch of crazy stunts, crazy events, crazy things. Recently, he just had Streamer University where people were able to stream with him, learn how to stream, learn how to get content going, learn how to, get subscribers, learn how to get subs, learn how to get sponsors, learn everything about streaming. Kai Cenat's Mafia-thon 3 has hit 3,000 subscribers. He has had people like Joe Jonas, Lala Anthony, who else? Tota is funny. If you do like watching people like Kai Cenat, or if you like streaming and just learning new things, you should definitely go check it out on Twitch. Look up Kai Cenat, it's Kai and then Cenant. Mafia-thon 3 is nearly 1/3 to the goals of 1 million subscribers at the stat that would break Kai Cenat's previous Twitch record of over 700,000. And Mafia-thon reaches this number, Cenat has personally promised his fans that LeBron James will cut his hair on stream to celebrate. Some things that have happened over the night is, like I said, Joe Jonas, Lala, Anthony pulling up, making like a little Love Island type episode. If you're not chronically online, you wouldn't know, but the Miles Morales NPC dude that sits on live TikTok and was like, "Oh my gosh, thank you, I'm Miles Morales." He popped up, a little drummer popped up, a lot of just fun-filled activities to laugh at, and a lot of heartfelt things. It looks like a snake bit Kai Cenat. I'm not always on Twitch. I'm not always watching, so I don't know everything that's going on. But Kai's buddy Tarzan brought several real-life snakes and reptiles onto his stream. He explained their species, danger levels, and fun facts. Ray picked up a black-tailed cribbo, one of Tarzan's safest snakes. Next, Cenat pet an Asian water monitor who was very gentle like a puppy. A bright yellow Chinese rat snake bit Kai Cenat on stream. Luckily, it was not venomous, and Cenat was fully ready for the fight. So things like that. It's just a lot of fun for Kai Cenat's fans to watch and for his friends to put together. And absolutely amazing, wonderful time. And that is all I have on the podcast. I thank you for taking the time to watch another podcast episode with your podcast host, Nate Verrier. As we went from Poem of the Day, Pierre Alex Genty, to Hot Takes, Summer Walker, Love Island, and to the news about cell phone bans and figuring out how to keep these students engaged, to Kai Cenat and his Twitch stream hitting 300,000 subscribers and hopefully 1 billion so that LeBron James can cut off his hair. Okay. Be sure to subscribe here on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe. I don't know where I was going with that. Something else was supposed to pop in my head and it didn't. I don't know what's going on with my nose right now, but my snot is just like, it's sitting right there out of nowhere. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at TheTalkin'Block. Follow me on TikTok, Toast.2.becoming. Listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Radio Public, wherever you get your audio stream podcast. If I can change my mind, that mind will change another. Does mine change anymore? I'm going to change mine. I love you, and I will see you guys next time. Why was I getting up? I could just stop it like this.
I am short, fat, proud of that, and so with all my might, I up, down to my appetite's delight. While I up, down, touch the ground, I think of things to chew, like honey and milk and chocolate. With a hefty, happy appetite, I'm a hefty, happy poo.